Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is Mr. Blackhammer 2021. I'm playing NBA 2K15. I got another video for you. Just making sure and turn down the volume so y'all can hear my commentary and y'all can hear me talking. Now I am going to be doing. So this video is sponsored by PlayStation, or sponsored by 2K for the game that I'm playing, and it's also sponsored by WrestleVote, JD from New York, Solomon the Sound Off, Fightful Pro Wrestling, and the Wrestle Talk podcast. Because today I'm gonna be doing my Wrestlemania Backlash review. I already did my different video last week. If y'all want to see it, go back and watch it. But I'm gonna do my Backlash 2022 review. I'm gonna go through all the matches. I'm gonna talk about what happened on the show last week, and then I'm gonna talk about Roman Reigns possibly leaving WWE, and then I'll talk about Roman Reigns' contract, him signing a new contract, him not wrestling at house shows, and him being pulled from Hell in a Cell. We will go through all of that tonight. Alright. So I just want to go to WrestleMania Backlash. Wait, now, WrestleMania Backlash was a decent show. It was a decent show. Wasn't the best. It was a decent show. There were only 6 matches on the card. There was no match on the pre-show. There was only one match. There was one title that was defended, and that was the women's title. I thought the pay-per-view was alright. It was decent. The best match with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They gave us a 5-star classic. It was actually better than WrestleMania. Same thing with Edge and AJ Styles. Ronda Rousey and Charlotte had a better match than WrestleMania. And then the worst match, I think we have Bobby Lashley and Omos. We have Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. Then we had a 6-man tag that main event of the show. Don't know why it didn't. Even though there was nothing on the line, I don't know what they're fighting over, but it was a good match. It might have been the best thing on the show. It's crazy how we had rematches from WrestleMania, and it was better than WrestleMania Night 2. Isn't that crazy? How the WrestleMania Night 2 were better than what we saw tonight. I don't know. But yeah. The show was decent. This review might end pretty quickly. There was no match in the pre-show. The first match that opened the show was Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. They wrestled for like 20 minutes. The match was great. The crowd was in it. Crowd cheering, "This is awesome." Cody Rhodes had to win, honestly. I thought they were going to do 50-50 booking, but no. Cody Rhodes won. He won with a roll-up. He rolled up Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins got more pissed. And Cody Rhodes won. I do love the crossroad that he did. Seth Rollins hit the pedigree. The match was better than WrestleMania. Even though that match was great at WrestleMania, but this match was even more better. And this match had a great story. And this is going to continue going into Hell in a Cell. But, cause Seth Rollins got more pissed and more upset that on Raw, he attacked Cody Rhodes. And I'm sure that this is going to continue inside Hell in a Cell. Also, we had AJ Styles and Edge had a better match than WrestleMania. AJ Styles and Edge had a better match than WrestleMania. The match was great, and the ending was fantastic. It was phenomenal. I loved the match, and I love that Rhea Ripley is now part of Judgment Day. She's now with Edge and it's fasting. Yeah. So, that's be pretty good. That should be pretty good. It should be pretty good. I love that Rhea Ripley part of the faction. That would save the match for me. And I'm happy for Rhea Ripley. Now she's gonna be booked like the true Rhea Ripley from NXT. And then we have Bobby Lashley and Omos. I hope the feud is over, but the feud gonna continue. I thought the match sucked. I thought it worked. I mean, the match was a little bit better than Wrestlemania. Still not great. It was only good because MVP was involved. And MVP helped Omos beat Bobby Lashley. But the feud gonna continue. Because next week they announced a steel cage match between Omos and Lashley on Raw. So yeah, the feud gonna continue. Either way, I don't care. Omos is terrible. Omos sucked. Bobby Lashley's not getting over as a babyface. Omos is terrible. He should not be in the ring. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. And then we had Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. This was second to last on the card, by the way. And I don't know why it was on pay-per-view. I mean, the match sucked. The match was boring. Madcap Moss beat Happy Corbin. Hopefully that these two can move on. I mean, they need to change Madcap Moss's name. Go back to Rick Ross and get the guy over. Wanda and Charlotte definitely killed it. Now I am gonna go through all the matches. Yeah, I am gonna go through all the matches. By the way, I mean, I guess I'll start off with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Well, the match was great. A lot of reversals. Now, yeah. So Cody Rhodes beat Seth Rollins. Don't know what's gonna happen going into Hell in a Cell. I assume the match will happen in Hell in a Cell, and that's gonna end the feud between Cody and Seth. I don't know if Seth Rollins is gonna win because he lost twice to Cody Rhodes. He could get a win back, but it kind of derailed everything that they did with Cody Rhodes. So yeah. I mean, Cody Rhodes beat Seth Rollins with a roll-up. It's gonna continue the feud even more. So don't know who's gonna win that. Not much to talk about. I forgot to take note to it. But if you guys want to watch JD from New York and Solid Martyr, I'll probably leave a link at the end of my video if y'all want to listen to their videos. But if y'all want to listen to my video, I'm alright with it. So Cody Rhodes won. And like I said, the second match with Bobby Lashley and Omos, the match was terrible. The match was better than WrestleMania, but it still wasn't that good. I mean, Omos won. Crowd was dead silent. I mean, Omos came out to nobody asking. The best part was MVP, because he played a big role in this match. Now, it's not getting Omos over. And Bobby Lashley, he's not getting over as a babyface. But yeah, the feud's still going to continue. I don't care. I just wanted to move on. And then, like I said, we had Edge and AJ Styles. Because Edge and AJ Styles was also a pretty good match. It was actually better than WrestleMania. Even though, I had no problem with the match in WrestleMania. I thought it was a solid match. But this match was a little bit better. Based on the story that Edge has been telling, Edge is building up a heel faction. Yeah. Well, Edge won because he had help from Rhea Ripley. Now, Damian Priest trying to get involved. Damian Priest was banned from ringside, but he still came out there. And then Finn Balor attacked them, and then they brought outside the ring. Then we had a masked individual wearing all black and cost AJ Styles the match. Edge speared AJ Styles, wins, and then that person gets revealed and removed the hood. It's Rhea Ripley. I was stunned. The crowd was shocked. And it was the best decision. I'm happy for Rhea Ripley because now she's gonna be booked the right way. Now she's gonna be a heel, and she deserved it because they buried Rhea Ripley for like 2 years. Ever since being called up, ever since losing their NXT title to Charlotte, and then that terrible feud with Charlotte last year. Then she was in a tag team with Nikki Trash and Liv Morgan, and then they turned her heel, and she was pretty much nothing after that. But now she's gonna be booked properly. Because, like, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley being paired with Edge is great, and that's one of the reasons why I'm watching Monday Night Raw. Can now they're gonna get over. Cause both of them are getting over. And both of them are more legit as heels because Damon Priest went nowhere and now they're Rhea Ripley. So I'm glad that she put Ez, and she can be built up as a monster heel in this fashion with Ez. Alright, so after that we had Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley and I Quit match. The match was better than Wrestlemania. Ronda Rousey won. She made Charlotte say I quit. We all knew she was winning. Ronda Rousey wins. Her reign of terror continues. Don't know who's he gonna feud with. I mean, the match was alright. They fought outside the ring. They fought in the crowd. They brought in a few weapons. They had candlesticks, steel chairs. The match was great. Crowd was in it. Crowd was actually in it a lot better than the WrestleMania. So yeah. So yeah. Wait, hold on a second. Very sorry about that. I had to fix. I had to fix something. I had to fix my video. Technical difficulties. So as I was saying, yeah, Ronda Rousey beat Charlotte Flair, and now it's been reported that Charlotte Flair is gonna be off TV for a few weeks, selling the injury. The match was alright. The match was fine. It was better than WrestleMania. Now Charlotte, I think we had enough of Charlotte as champion, because Charlotte did nothing with that title. Don't know what's next for Ronda Rousey because SmackDown comes on tonight. I wonder who's gonna fight. Maybe Shayna Baszler if they book her properly, but she's still in a tag team with Natalya. So I don't know. And after that we have Madcap Moss versus Happy Corbin. I said it before. Madcap Moss beat Happy Corbin. The match was like less than 10 minutes. The match should not have been on pay-per-view. It should have been on SmackDown. Hopefully that it's over. I mean, Baron Corbin, he's just garbage, and Madcap Moss, he's not getting over as a babyface. First of all, they gotta change his entrance, change his gimmick, and change his name, and have him go back to Riddick Moss, and try and get him over. I mean, Moss beat Corbin, and that was it. And then for the main event, we had Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and RK Bro in a 6-man tag. This main event of the show. The match was great. The match was alright. The crowd was in it. The match was pretty good. All 6 of these guys are great in the ring. Don't know why that they scrapped the tag team unification match and added the 6-man match. But it's been reported that Fox had decided Fox canceled the unification match because they want exclusive rosters. And they want brand certificate, so that's why they canceled it. And then we had the 6-man match. I mean, it still made no sense why we had it after teasing it. And Roman Reigns said he wants the Usos to unify the titles. They teased it for weeks, and then they did the contract sign on SmackDown. And then Roman Reigns comes out and rips up the contract. And then Roman Reigns comes out and whips up the contract. Then Drew McIntyre comes out. Then they brawl. And I'm like, am I to believe that Roman Reigns cares about a 6-man match than the unification match, the one that he's advocated for? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. The only reason why that they're doing, only reason why that they did the 6-man match, because they don't want. As I was saying, technical difficulties. I'm probably gonna have to edit my video, and I probably will have to fix a few things. So as I was saying, yeah, Madcap might be happy Corbin. And as I was saying, I think I was on the 6-man tag. Right now, I made this about 20 minutes. My video been going like 20 minutes long, I think. But that's not so bad. It should be longer than that. But I will make it longer. So as I was saying, yeah, the 6-man tag team was a great match. The Bloodline went over, which I agree with because they have more strong. I kind of wish that they added more states and more titles in the line. It would have made sense to do a winner take all and put all the titles in the line, but that didn't happen. But Roman Reigns, he pinned Matt Riddle. Yeah. Now they are going to do Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm going into the 6-man match. I mean, like, Randy Orton was the most over babyface on the show. Well, Randy Orton was the most over babyface on the show. It wasn't Matt Riddle. It wasn't Drew McIntyre. It was Randy Orton. And he got a big pop. And there was also a big pop when he RKO'd Roman Reigns. Randy Orton is the most over babyface on Monday Night Raw. And he's in a tag team with Riddle. So, hopefully we get Randy Orton back in the single division and back in that world title picture. Because right now he's over on Monday Night Raw. So, yeah. Well, so the Bloodline won. So they are going to do Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Because now it's been reported that Roman Reigns signed a new contract. And it's also been reported by Wrestling Inc. and the Wrestling Reserve. They said that Roman Reigns is not advertised for Hell in a Cell. He's not gonna be on Hell in a Cell next uh uh next month. He's not. He's not gonna be on Hell in a Cell. But he's advertised for Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. Now we know that Money in the Bank is in Allegiant Stadium, so I think that's when they'll do McIntyre and Reigns, because they need a big match. They don't have that many big matches for Reigns, and that is a major problem right there. Really a major problem. That means Hell in a Cell is not gonna have a world title. There won't be a world title on the line, and that's a major problem. Now the other thing I want to talk about Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns broke character at a WWE house show in New Jersey about him leaving WWE, saying he has something big in his life. He wants to go to Hollywood and make money. He wants to be an actor and make movies.
I like the effort,
like
son.
The Rock.
Feeling it, coach.
So yeah. There are rumors that Roman Reigns is set to leave WWE. Now, who's gonna beat Roman Reigns? I don't know. It should be Cody Rhodes. Maybe Drew McIntyre takes the Universal title, goes into the UK pay-per-view, and wrestles Walter. And that's also a big match. And Cody Rhodes wins the WWE title and brings it to Raw, because Monday Night Raw cannot operate without a world title. It can't. I don't know what they're doing, but Monday Night Raw is garbage. SmackDown's no better. But we all know that that's the plan that they're going to. And plus, there was a tweet from JD from New York saying that Roman Reigns is gonna take 10 weeks off, and that means there's not gonna be a world title on the show. There won't. I don't know. And that's a serious problem, because Roman Reigns if he's not gonna be on Hell in a Cell, and if he's gonna be taking some time off for like 10 weeks, that means he's gonna hold the title hostage and he's not gonna be on the show. Why must we go back to the Brock Lesnar title reign back in 2018 when he did nothing but hold the title hostage, all because of his contract and a certain amount of dates when he shows up and wrestles? I don't know why we gotta do the same thing with Roman Reigns. Now, if that's the case, they should have someone built up like Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre to take the title off Roman Reigns. Right now, there's not that many left. There's only Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, and that's about it. So we'll see what happens in the later date this summer. But yeah. Now you guys know that Monday Night Raw was garbage. It was awful. Rematches, lame finishes, a lot of DQs and that. I can't wait to see what can happen in SmackDown. Now, they are still advocating, right now, they're still teasing the tag team unification match. I don't know why. I don't believe it until I see it, because they scrapped it at Backlash after hyping it up and advertising it and then teasing it, and then it never happened. They gave it that 6-man match for no reason. So yeah. So yeah, I can't wait. So yeah. There's a lot to go over, really. I was gonna talk about AEW, but that time. Well, we know Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin wrestled for the first time in the AEW, and they had a banger of a match. Match was great. Not much about NXT really, but mainly about WWE and the Roman Reigns situation. And that's pretty much it, really. I mean, Backlash was a C-level show. It's crazy how the rematches of WrestleMania Night 2 were better than WrestleMania itself. It's crazy, you know. Yeah, so that's crazy, you know that. Damn. Well, I think that's about it. I just want to say thank you for watching. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. And like I said, this video is sponsored by all the Wrestle Podcasts. There's a Wrestle Vote, Wrestle Inc., Wrestle Talk Podcast, Salamander, Fightful Pro Wrestling, JD from New York, The Good Mike Work Commentary, and all my other friends on YouTube. Hopefully you guys show some love and hit that like button. So, yeah. I mean, Backlash was alright. And with the Roman Reigns situation, I mean, now we all know that. Now, I'm not sure if it could happen, but I think we all assume it could happen that The Rock is gonna fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But it does not need the title because that's not what it's about. The story is about who's the real head of the table. I mean, Rock versus Roman does not need to be for the title. It doesn't need to be for the title. I mean, it should be someone new to beat Roman Reigns. If it's Drew McIntyre, I doubt it. But Cody Rhodes should be, because Cody Rhodes, in his story, he wanted to be the WWE champion. He wanted to win a title that his father never held. And based on everything he said on his promo, on Wrestlemania. Jacob Johnson! So, yeah. Well, I think it's been 30 minutes. I could make this longer, but it was very, very short. A lot of people made their short videos on while reviewing Backlash. Backlash was a short show. I think it was like less than 3 hours. Most of the matches were rematches and filler on the show. I can't wait for Hell in a Cell. I don't know what can happen inside Hell in a Cell. I wish we got rid of the pay-per-view because we don't need gimmick pay-per-views. Hell in a Cell had been a D show for years. Last year was terrible. Last year we had a terrible pay-per-view. Last year we didn't have Roman Reigns on Hell in a Cell because he was pulled in hit match with Mysterio was on SmackDown. And Hell in a Cell last year was a waste of time. But this year, I'm curious what's going to be on the show. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. And I think that's it, really. It might be the only match that needs Hell in a Cell. Now, so about Roman Reigns taking time off from WWE and not being on the show, that means they have to build the other titles, the IC title, the tag team titles, and the women's titles. But either way, those titles have been devalued for months now. Yeah, the titles have been devalued. I mean, it's bad enough that Monday Night Raw doesn't have a world champion, but now SmackDown not gonna have one. Because a Monday Night Raw cannot operate without a world champion in the middle of a brand split. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I think that's all I gotta talk about, really. I mean, Backlash with the Steve show. Last year we had a better pay-per-view, and I think I did a review on that. But this year was alright. I mean, like, the best thing was Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, Edge and AJ Styles and Rhea Ripley joining Edge's fasten of Judgment Day. Charlotte and Ronda are better to expected. Don't know what can happen to Ronda's title reign. But hopefully that they build some new women up. Like they have to build someone new. And then the 6-man tag was alright. Now I think at Hell in a Cell that we're gonna get RK Bro and the Usos. And then the match will happen. I think that they should have been done already. And save their tag division. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen with Roman Reigns because if he's not gonna be on Hell in a Cell, who's gonna wrestle? Now don't forget that they had Nakamura confront Roman Reigns on the SmackDown after Mania, and then last week he said he wants Roman Reigns for having to Rick Booze. So maybe they do Nakamura and Roman Reigns. I mean, I don't know. They might do it on SmackDown. I'm not sure. So yeah. Alright. Alright. I guess I'll stop the video right here. I was gonna keep it going, but I think I'll stop the video. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.